Et bah let's go. Il faudra que je fasse des réglages de son parce que... Ok. Alors... Options... Audio et sous-titres. Sous-titres activés, le jeu est déjà en français. Très bien. Ok, bah écoutez, je pense que c'est pas trop mal. France, forcément.
Stop! You're not getting anywhere with this, Von Borchert.
You know, I kind of get the same feeling, my dear Sarah. Listen. Nothing. Not a sound. No one's coming to save you.
That's what you think. The Golden Order knows exactly where we are.
By the time your ridiculous secret society turns up, I'll be long gone. As for you, nothing will remain of your body. If you touch a single hair on my mother's head, I'll skin you alive. You know, Louis, I have no intention of beating you,
Louis.
mother.
C'était ça le nom.
There are more persuasive ways of making you talk. You've stolen something from me that I intend to get back. Where have you hidden it?
Von Borchert, you can't sell that book on the
Bonsoir,
black market
Regine.
anymore. This is finished.
We know you're planning on selling at one of Lord Mortimer's parties. All right? Just tell us who the buyer is and we can make a deal. You've no idea of the trouble you've gotten yourselves into. Oh, but you will tell me where it's hidden. I can promise you that.
Stop annoying our host, Louis. Son, didn't what happened to you in Rome teach you anything?
Just a few more minutes and my concoction will be ready. With this,
Okay.
your bodies will dissolve in less than 4 hours. You'll see.
C'est
In no time.
le fantôme de la maison Bastien.
I have to admit, Mother, the only thing you've ever taught me is that damn motto of yours. Always remain rational. And open. I got it. I've opened our shackles.
Bonsoir, Epsi.
I'll take care of him.
Von Borchert! Von Borchert!
Hmm?
Listen. Let's make a deal. I'll tell you where the book is if you let my mother go free.
Oh, what are you playing at?
Don't worry, Mother.
You want to play the hero. Pity you're not in any position to do so. For the last time. Where is Al-Azif?
Let me do this. Trust me.
Oh, wow, wow. Agir ou faire confiance Je ne sais pas. On va faire confiance à la maman.
Please, be my guest, Mother.
Faut toujours faire confiance aux mamans. Oh merde.
Well done, Louis. You reacted.
Oh là là. La maman incroyable Yukina.
Couldn't be better. He's alive, so I can question him after we get back. Pity he's just a middleman. Means I haven't finished with this case.
Oh, I had a feeling you'd be running off on one of your adventures again, Mother. You know what? I'm warning you. This time, I'm coming with you.
No, even though you impress me more and more, I have to do this on my own.
Mother, you're no spring chicken anymore.
Come on, let's go home. And don't forget to send our men to tend to Von Borchardt.
Comme quoi, vous voyez, si vous êtes prisonnier, c'est facile de s'en sortir. Hein. Faut juste avoir sa mère avec soi. C'est The Council, c'est un jeu à choix et énigmes dans les années... les années... Alors, je suis pas forte en histoire pour retenir les dates, mais tout ce qui est Napoléon, tout ça. Faut avoir sa memory avec soi. C'est vrai. Oui, Yukina, ça doit être ça. Ça doit être ça. 1700 quelque chose. Pré-empire, d'accord.
Well done, Mother. You just had to pick up Von Burchardt's trail on your own, didn't you? You ditch me in Paris with no explanation, and off you go to infiltrate one of the world-renowned receptions of this Lord Mortimer? And now he writes me to say that you've gone missing on his private island? Which, by the way, looks more like a big rock than a paradise island. The least he could do is explain to me how he managed to lose you. In any case, it is time for you to stop all this, Mother. It no longer suits your age.
Mais c'est une zouze.
Well, I'm sure I'll find you once again, slogging through the caves beneath the island, searching for some long-lost mystical object that you just can't live without. I'm already hating this trip, and all I've done is think
Contrary
about
to
it.
what one may be able to imagine, it was not the host himself who invited me.
Well now, Duchess, we find ourselves both invited by Sir Holm.
Well, how very amusing. Perhaps we have some common interests, Your Eminence. Is this your first time at one of Lord Mortimer's legendary parties?
Oh no, we have been friends since long ago. But as I'm doing some business with Sir Holm, the invitation came from him.
Well, I simply can't wait for all the festivities to begin.
And you, good sir, what brings you here?
Une affaire réglée, affaire Lord Mortimer, raison personnelle. Raison personnelle, on va pas leur en dire trop, on sait pas ce qu'ils veulent. Hein.
With all due respect, I prefer to keep my reasons for coming here to myself. I promise, it has nothing to do with the legendary party that you all appear to be preparing for.
Believe what you will, my son. However, everything is related to the legendary parties organized by our host.
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that, Cardinal.
Anyway, consider yourself fortunate, young man, because there are many who dream of simply one day setting foot on this island, and only a very few ever make it. Indeed, I imagine this must be your first time here.
Première fois ici. Renvoie la question à la duchesse.
You seem to be quite accustomed to things here. Am I right?
I do not think that one can ever get accustomed to what Lord Mortimer prepares for his guests. But you are right. This is not the first time I've been on this wharf.
If you've come back again, I imagine you must find it to be of some interest.
Here, everything is possible if you make the right choices. It really is up to you whether you leave better off or not.
Please excuse me if you find me overly curious, young man. I did not mean to cause you any embarrassment. Come, Duchess. They are waiting for us.
We're moving, Monsieur de Richet, if you would like to join us.
I'm coming, Duchess. A cardinal? A duchess? I wonder if all the guests here are this prestigious. If I'd known, I would have gone for a better suit.
C'est vrai que pour un jeu qui se passe en France, ils auraient pu faire des doublages français quand même.
Are you all right?
Le bon accent français. Monsieur de Richet. Ok, on a des spasmes. Ouf, ça a l'air douloureux.
Mother? Oh shit, your hand!
What the fuck?
So,
Okay, it's done.
Did you put it in a safe place?
Yes. I made sure no one was following me. Don't worry, Sarah, no one's going to find it.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Right. Just one thing left to do.
No, Mother, no, don't!
What? Have you lost your mind?
There's no other way.
If you kill me, you won't find it.
That is the point, my dear. No one must ever put their hands on it again.
No. But I trusted you.
No, Sarah, don't! No! No!
Oh, j'ai pas tout suivi. Mais ouais, elle a pris cher. Hein. Oh là là Louis Ça ne va pas du tout, Louis.
Phew.
Ouh là là
Right. What's going on?
Ouh là là
Here, take this.
De mère en fils.
Keep it. Are you better?
Ah, c'est une petite zouze, la duchesse de je sais pas quoi. Hein.
It's getting late. Why don't you go on ahead and I'll catch up with you, okay?
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sure, yes.
Fine.
I definitely have to find Mother quickly.
Am I going crazy or what? This can't be real. The Duchess arrived with me. What's happening to me, for God's sake? I absolutely need to find you, Mother.
Ok, alors attendez, je vais juste gérer un truc. Je crois qu'il doit voir dans le futur, donc ça lui fait des répercussions physiques. Je sais pas, Yukina, s'il voit dans le futur, mais le fait est qu'il voit des choses et ça a pas l'air de lui plaire. Alors, je vais juste essayer un truc. Ok. Je vais monter un petit peu le son du jeu. Non, tu peux... Il y a beaucoup de cinématiques, mais tu peux marcher quand même. Tu dois chercher des indices et tout. Je vais juste, par contre... Les contrôles. Ah. Et bah... Je crois que les contrôles... Alors, c'était quoi? Z? Ok, non, bah c'est comme d'habitude, c'est juste qu'il est lent. Ok, très bien. Et bah écoutez... Non, mais en fait, les contrôles sont bons et Psy, ils sont bien en ZQST. Là, je crois que c'est... Ah, j'allais vous montrer, il y avait des choses à
Louis,
ramasser.
during the trip, I had something I wanted to ask you, but we didn't happen to run into each other.
Yes, Duchess?
I'm not sure if you remember, but we've met before. At that time, you were of two minds as to your choice of career. Tell me, what have you been up to since?
Ah, ça commence, les choix. Je déteste faire des choix. Alors, le détective excelle en investigation. Il est entraîné à remarquer les moindres détails tant dans l'environnement que chez ses interlocuteurs. Homme de terrain, il n'a pas peur des approches directes. Occultiste et maître des faux semblants, convaincu de l'importance du savoir, il a accumulé de riches connaissances en sciences et en arts. Utiliser les autres pour arriver à ses fins ne lui pose aucun problème. Le diplomate brille en société, orateur de talent, il sait vider les faux pas et impose ses idées sans froisser ses interlocuteurs. La politique est son domaine de prédilection. Eh bah oui, ça va influencer notre gameplay du coup. Je pense que détective c'est plus approche directe, donc je pense qu'on va beaucoup agir. Occultiste, bah on va utiliser les gens. Et par contre, diplomate, on va pas froisser les gens. Je me dis que ça peut être pas mal. Comme ça, même si je fais des mauvais choix, je pense que je vais prendre diplomate. Politique, étiquette, linguistique. Persuadez vos interlocuteurs par votre détermination. On dirait des 3, mais en mieux. Mais non, t'es ouf. Exercez vos compréhensions de la géopolitique. Détournez l'attention et changer de sujet pour éviter de répondre à certaines questions. C'est bien ça, ça c'est mon gameplay ça. Oh, traduisez toutes sortes de documents et de conversations. Ça peut être intéressant. Adoptez le comportement des toi. Formuler des flatteries ou des insultes voilées. Ok, et là c'était quoi du coup? Soyez aux connaissances scientifiques, occultisme... Ouais... Lisez le comportement des gens comme un livre ouvert, ça c'est... Remarquez les détails notables ou les éléments déplacés par rapport à leur contexte. Ah, c'est pas mal quand même le détective. Hein. Détective a l'air vraiment bien. Mais je pense que je vais rester là-dessus quand même. Au pire, s'il me reste des points, j'essaierai d'aller là. Alors, on va prendre quoi en premier? J'ai 3 points. Persuadez vos interlocuteurs par votre détermination. Alors, j'aimerais bien prendre ça déjà. Mais je sais pas s'il faut mettre 3 points pour prendre un niveau direct. On va déjà faire ça. Ah bah non, c'est 4. Bon bah très bien. Et je vois qu'il a déjà en fait un point psycho et un point manipulation. Le petit Louis. Oui, si c'est bon. Hein. Voilà, regarde, je valide.
Well, I've devoted myself to the interests of France to the best of my abilities. A few years ago, I had a brush with some of your fellow countrymen.
Counter-revolutionaries, I'd imagine.
Exactly. They got away, thanks to a little diversion I came up with to keep the sans-culottes away. Believe me, they came close to adorning the walls of the catacombs of Paris.
So that young French diplomat was you? The mercy you showed the agents of the Queen roused the admiration of the court. Few would have let them leave France alive.
Duchess, I'm surprised that anyone still remembers.
Well, they say I have the memory of 2 people. But please, call me Emily.
Fine, Emily. Tell me, I was actually helped on that case by my mother. You wouldn't know her by any chance?
Wait, Louis. We've already met. You do remember me, don't you?
Oh, est-ce qu'on se souvient de la Zouz ou pas? Prends son lume. Vous vous souvenez de moi? Je vais prétendre que oui.
A woman such as yourself?
A woman such as me? What a sweet talker you are. Remind me of how we met.
Compétences. Vos compétences vous donnent accès à des choix et actions uniques. Ok. Et bah vous voyez, on a bien fait. Donc... Ok. Bah on peut utiliser la compétence qu'on a eue du coup. Allez, on va...
Oh, Emily, I am marked for life. I'm sure you leave your mark on every man who crosses your path.
Pardon?
That extravagant uniqueness with its rare blend of whimsical banality and cat-like curiosity. There's a veil of mystery around you that only adds to your charm and your curves.
Comment draguer Emily?
You'd enchant any man.
Hold it, Louis. You've lost me there.
It's as though you have several women hidden inside you, Emily.
Je suis pas sûre que
I
ça
mustn't
marche.
share my true feelings about you. If I ever dared, I...
No, dare not, Louis. Better that way. You go and take a deep breath, and we'll forget all about it.
Hey, Emily, you've gone all red. Are you blushing?
Right, time to go to the manor.
Ah, ça sent le râteau, mais apparemment, elle était rouge. Hein. Alors, vos compétences vous permettent de découvrir des détails cachés. Ok. Ah, nice.
I ask her a question, she answers with another. Is she playing with me?
Chaque interlocuteur que vous rencontrez sur l'île possède une personnalité propre, ce qui le rend vulnérable à certaines compétences et immunisé à d'autres. Savoir exploiter cette personnalité est crucial pour mener à bien vos projets. Les immunités rencontrées vous desserviront et vous laisseront épuisés, tandis que les vulnérabilités exploitées vous rendront à point d'effort. Alors... Ok.
Emily, please excuse my insisting, but you still haven't answered about my mother.
Immunité.
Do you know her?
You'll see, Louis. Everybody here knows Sarah de Richet.
I don't know where you're going with this, Emily, but you're connected to my mother one way or another. And if I can believe my vision, you don't have much of a place in her heart.
Vous obtenez des talents en réalisant certaines actions. Pensez à regarder leurs conditions de déblocage et leurs effets. Ils donnent des améliorations très intéressantes. Ok. Très bien. Alors, il y a des choses que je voulais voir quand on était là-haut, mais c'était les points bleus.
Must be an incredible view from up there. Impossible to set foot on the island without being seen from 300 meters away.
En fait, les points bleus, c'est quoi? C'est des vues? Je peux pas aller plus vite. Ah si! Incroyable. Là, il y avait un point bleu. Gelée royale. Très bien. Là, il y a un truc. Louis, prends le truc. Bon, c'est un échec. C'est juste un reflet. Donc là, c'est ce qu'on avait vu.
Honey, the remedy of the gods.
Ouais, si c'est des reflets. Très bien. Et ben, il y a quoi là-haut et il y a quoi là? Je suis tentée d'aller là-haut. Hein.
Good evening, sir. May I ask your name, please?
Louis Moras de Richet.
Monsieur de Richet. Delighted to welcome you among us, sir. You must be Sarah de Richet's son. I must tell you we are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
Que savez-vous de ma mère?
What can you tell me about the disappearance of my mother?
2 weeks have passed since Sir's mother went missing. All the staff here have since been busy searching every nook and cranny of the island. But Sir may rest assured, we shouldn't be long in finding her.
And just what have you found so far?
It would seem that Sir's mother may be hiding on the island and regularly changing her location. But no one seems to know why she would find this behavior necessary.
What do you mean?
On several occasions, we have found leftovers of food, a few of her things, or even traces of campsites. The reason why we're searching the wharf again is because lights were spotted there last night.
Where we are now?
Indeed, sir. According to our information, lights were seen in the middle of the night, sir. After verification, none of the guests seem to have left the manor last night. We think that perhaps Sir's mother was here.
Ok.
Did anyone see anything else?
Unfortunately not, sir. Only lights were seen by servants of the manor, sir. And as I was saying, sir, all the guests were asleep, and no one seems to have noticed anything at all. We seem to have found an object that would appear to belong to Sir's mother. A handkerchief. The handkerchief is embroidered with the initials SDR. We came to the conclusion that they are the initials of Sir's mother, Sarah de Richet. I have orders to give it to Lord Mortimer as soon as I see him.
I know my mother. She's not the kind to go for a midnight stroll on the wharf for nothing. I've got to find out what the hell she was doing here. Where exactly did you find the handkerchief?
On the landing dock, sir. The one you arrived by.
Bah, on va prendre...
That handkerchief belongs to me. Please, hand it over now.
But, sir,
I'll speak directly to your master about it. It will be a very long conversation.
Of course, sir.
Nice.
Please, take it. On that note,
Ouais.
I must leave you, sir. There is still much to prepare in order to welcome all the guests.
It is indeed your handkerchief, Mother. You must have come here for a specific reason. I need to know what it is. This thing.
Ok. Je vais toujours aller là-haut. Attendez, parce que je voudrais voir un truc. Immunité logique, ok. 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 Qu'est-ce qu'il y a là? Ah, il y a un truc. Encore du miel.
Hey, there's something not right about this floorboard. It's different from the rest.
Examiner, retirer la planche. Ah, j'aurais pas cette force.
It's not coming up. I'll never manage it barehanded. I need something to lever it with. Somebody replaced it recently, but looks like it's fixed pretty solidly in place. It's going to be tough to rip it out of here.
Ok, ben on va chercher un truc. Je pense qu'on peut pas, mais...
I'll never get it open barehanded.
Très bien, j'ai pas de point de compétence. J'adore. Ouais, je pense que pour l'instant on peut pas ouvrir. À moins que j'ai loupé un truc, mais... Ah!
It's like the barrel's been broken for quite some time.
C'est tout? Bon, bah écoutez...
Latin inscription. En nessis, mi fili, quante le produncia mundus vergatur. You don't know, my son, how little wisdom the world is governed with. I tend to agree.
Immunité découverte, le Lord. Alors, il a quoi le Lord? Non. Journal, carte, personnel, trait. Merde. C'est où qu'on avait vu personnage? Ah non, journal. Mortimer, immunité, conviction. D'accord.
There's no way I'm leaving without finding out about Mother.
Ah, mais très bien. Donc, il faut bien qu'on décale la planche.
Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time. A lantern. Nothing special. A bazance.
Un besan, c'est quoi? Alors là. Oh!
Let's see what's hidden inside. Let's look.
On va se faire prendre. Idéogramme peut-être?
A letter written in an Oriental language. This letter's in Japanese. It's addressed to a certain Kei Shotaro in Tokyo.
J'en ai aucune idée.
Hôtel de Cluny, Rue de Mathurin, Paris. I guarantee this letter is for my mother. The address is a hideout for the Golden Order. If you write anyone over there, you have to watch in case someone's reading your mail. But Who is this Samuel Ritter d'Auchois? Let's see what's inside this letter. So...
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he is going to join us here soon. I would like to mark the occasion. Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Richet.
What is your game here,
Ok, donc notre mère c'est Sarah Faustine de Richet.
Always more secrets. You never talk to anyone using language like this. Something's going on here. Who is this Samuel Ritter? And for crying out loud, who is this Manuel Godoy that you keep bringing up? Think. Godoy. Manuel Godoy. Why does the name sound so familiar?
Oh, la politique.
It's coming back
Best
to me.
choice.
Godoy is the head of the Spanish government. He was appointed by King Charles IV, if I'm not mistaken. Rumor has it that he's very close to the Queen. Too close. Much too close. But hey, that's none of my business. He has a reputation of being upright and proud, very attached to the aristocracy, and close to Louis XVI. Well, hope we meet to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell
Oui,
me.
Pssst, c'est parce que j'ai choisi la diplomatie, du coup j'ai des choix qui se débloquent. Après, peut-être que j'aurais eu d'autres choix si j'avais pris une autre classe, hein. Mais pour le coup là, c'est des situations qui se débloquent par rapport à mes choix. Chercher d'autres indices ou remonter vers le manoir. Je suppose que là, de toute façon, j'ai fait ce qu'il fallait. Hein.
Let's see what's hidden inside.
Après, on peut vérifier les autres, mais...
Let's look.
Moi qu'on prenne des noms...
This envelope is meant for the Vatican.
L'occultisme.
This name sounds familiar.
Ouais, tu vois, si j'avais eu l'occultisme, j'aurais pu...
No. Can't seem to place it. An address in Cairo, Egypt. Mortimer communicates with the whole world, apparently.
Oui, écoutez, on va... H de la paix, on l'a fait. PH Waven.
Probably a Dutchman.
Je pense qu'on avait fait la bonne. Mais pour pas avoir de regrets,
Let's see what's hidden inside.
j'ai mis ce clic.
Let's look.
On va quand même faire les autres.
The address is in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That reminds me, it's about time the order sent some envoys there.
On l'a pas fait.
The address is 50 Bedford Square, London.
Non, je pense que j'ai vraiment eu de la chance et j'ai eu la première lettre du premier
It's too
coup.
badly written, I can't make out the address.
Ok, bon bah écoutez, je sais juste pas comment péter la planche en fait. Ça me saoule. J'ai loupé un truc ou je sais pas si on peut y accéder tout de suite. Hein. De toute façon, je vois rien. Hein. Là, c'est le reflet. El famoso reflet. Ah, ça je l'ai. Ah, mais j'ai pas vu ça.
A sack of seeds.
Ok.
It's unopened.
Oh,
Seems to have used any.
on va pouvoir péter la planche.
Looks like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean, and the tip is blackened. Without analysis to the contrary, I put my money on cannon powder.
Oh,
This
la
might
barre.
just come in handy.
Et là, on avait fait ça?
This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough.
Ok, on va essayer de péter la planche. Elle était où? Là.
That does it. Let's see what's hidden inside. There's a book and also a bag. The Mysterium Cosmographicum. I know that book well. Mother used to read passages from it to me all the time. And judging from what I can see, it's the same one as hers. For crying out loud, what's happened to you, Mother?
Les manuscrits permettent de s'instruire au cours de l'aventure. À chaque début de quête, vous pourrez choisir vos lectures et gagner ainsi des points de compétences permanents. Ok.
Let's look inside the bag. A little food, a few toiletries, a small key, and some kind of black powder.
Affaires personnelles?
Those are definitely my mother's things. I recognize her hairpins. This bag smells of her perfume. A piece of soap, some oils, and her powder puff. What does all this mean? An iron key completely rusted.
Prends la clé.
You never know. It might be useful. I hope Mother wasn't counting on it.
La
The
poudre.
bottom of the bag is covered in black powder.
Ok.
Some fruit, a piece of bacon, and some bread. The fruit's still firm. And the bread's a bit stale. From the smell, this food's been here roughly 2 days. And if it's rationed, there's enough left to last 2 more days.
On va prendre le
Right.
sac, hein.
Just in case, I'll take it all. I'll give it back to Mother when I see her.
Donc ça voudrait dire que...
Crying out loud. Why did you hide supplies in the middle of nowhere, Mother? I don't know what's going on here, but you obviously feel like you're in danger.
Et est-ce que je peux forcer avec la barre du coup? Ah! Smart!
Ah, there we are.
Eh bien, putain, on aurait pu skip tout ça. Je sais pas si ça influence sur la suite de l'aventure, mais... Ok.
This looks like a pistol case, but it's empty. I don't know if this has anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed. Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything useful.
Donc on sait que sa mère est armée comme dans la vision qu'il avait eue. Très bien.
This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels.
Ah, c'est de la poudre noire.
What have we here? It's cannon powder.
J'ai pas la
It's
science.
unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but it's a waste. So, let's go through this. My mother's been hiding pieces of bread between the rotten boards of a wharf in the middle of the night. That's not normal. And if that weren't enough, looks now like she's armed. Meanwhile, she also takes the time to send out letters, reassuring whoever might be interested that she's having a fabulous time here. So odd. So very odd. And that's not even all I've noticed. But maybe I ought to move on to the manor now. They'll be waiting for me. At least I hope so.
Ok, et ben on a eu tous les indices, je suis contente. C'est le moment d'aller au manoir.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Zeus?
Impressive.
Ah, my son, I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Ricci, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope, but I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance. Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Ok. Durant une confrontation, vous devez franchir des étapes en vous montrant le plus convaincant possible. Les confrontations des conséquences sur la suite des histoires, n'hésitez donc pas à utiliser vos compétences. De mémoire, on sait qu'il est immunisé à la volonté, je crois. Allez, c'est parti.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Sauriez-vous si votre mère est déjà arrivée? Peu importe, donnez-moi votre lettre. Non, on va pas y aller de manière brute.
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right.
Ah,
I
nice.
shall see her tomorrow then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
Collectionneur d'art, c'est bien.
Mother passed her passion for art to me. Ancient art. Very ancient.
Ah, I didn't know your mother was an art lover.
Mainly pre-Christian objects which are believed to have unique properties.
Well, how interesting. Now that you mention it, I can indeed imagine Sarah getting interested in that.
Trop fort.
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Oh. Vous pouvez compter sur moi.
Don't worry, Your Eminence. Your secret is safe with me. You know my mother's reputation. As her son, I will defend the de Richet's word with the same fervor.
Ah, I would expect nothing less.
Oh,
Listen
nice.
to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
Confrontation, dernière étape. Pour la dernière étape d'une confrontation, vous devez convaincre votre interlocuteur avec une réponse positive. Si vous donnez une mauvaise réponse, cette étape se répétera jusqu'à ce que vous donniez une bonne. Ok. L'accent incroyable, ouais. Promis, on va essayer ça.
If there's one thing you can count on, it's the value of a promise made by a de Richet. Respecting our commitments has always been the pillar of our family, and nothing nor nobody will prevent that from happening. Since you know my mother, you should know that a de Richet always keeps their word. You can be sure of that.
Thank you, my son. It is most reassuring.
You're welcome, especially since I promised you nothing, my friend.
Listen, let's stop there. I'm going to tell you a secret, Monsieur de Richet. age.
Crée des bloquets fiables.
Are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
Alors, le chat, je parle du doublage, surtout pas toi. Non mais t'inquiète, j'avais compris, il a un accent, le pape là. Voilà, ils ont des têtes creepy. Alors bah c'est vrai que les visages sont assez prononcés, mais... N'hésitez pas à explorer. Oui, j'adore. Très bien. Et on a la lettre, donc quand on sera seul, on verra si on l'ouvre. On va déjà voir eux là, il y a un livre.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men.
Prendre l'ouvrage. Bah, ok. Moi je récupère tout, genre kleptomane. Louis Kleptomane, meilleur roleplay. Oh non.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Ah oui, elle avait froid au vu de cette tenue.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi? He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Wow.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Richet. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
Ah, j'ai plus de...
Believe me, she's not that special. His Eminence was asking me for my opinion about the style of the main door. I have to admit, this place certainly doesn't lack panache.
It's simply stupefying.
Oh, pity.
Ok, c'est passé.
No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Horn, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organises a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly, Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Invente quelque chose, elle a disparu. Invente quelque chose.
Like you, Mr. President, I'm here as a result of Lord Mortimer's invitation.
2 members of the same family here. That is rare.
You know what they say. You can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
Je sais pas à qui je peux faire confiance, donc...
I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Oh.
Good Lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order.
Ah.
It's the highest distinction of the order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Good evening, my friend.
Donc on peut peut-être s'y fier.
Holy shit. That's the man for my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord
il est pas beau,
Mortimer.
hein.
He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start. Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, il est pas
we
beau,
shall
hein.
be quiet.
Ouais.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I have already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
Vous feriez quoi? Les deux sont intéressants en fait. Parce que lui, on l'a vu dans la vision, et après l'autre, il peut nous en dire plus sur notre mère, mais... Tue-les. C'est pas une option, on peut pas tuer tout le monde. Je pense que je vais aller checker c'est qui ce mec moche en plus. Allez.
My vision is more important. Let's follow home. I'll follow you, sir. Mr. Washington, I hope to speak with you at greater length on another occasion. Emily, please excuse me, but I would like to speak to Sir Home. I shall see you later.
My friend, I hope our dear Giovanni is well.
The troubles in France have fatigued him, but he will recover slowly. Do not fear. He apologizes for remaining in Rome. The voyage was too much for him.
And right he was too. The mildness of the Mediterranean, eh?
Oh non, j'ai oublié un truc. Non!
Come, sit down and have something to eat, my friend.
J'ai
You look rather
loupé
pale.
sur sa tête.
Excuse me, sir. I have been neglecting my duty. I haven't introduced myself. Sir Gregory Holm, an old friend of Lord Mortimer's.
A real pleasure, sir.
You who must be well used to the court of France. How do you find this peaceful little haven?
Charming if I hadn't come here for disturbing reasons.
Yes, I heard the news. What a story.
Indeed. I wanted to ask you.
Connaît-il ma mère? C'est quoi l'histoire justement?
Would you have any information about the disappearance of my mother?
Very little, I'm afraid, my young friend. Your mother came at the invitation of Lord Mortimer. Then, one fine day, we couldn't find her anywhere.
Oh, il est pas beau.
That's it?
As I said, I don't know very much. Lord Mortimer had the entire area searched immediately. We found no clue as to her disappearance. But I am convinced that as soon as Lord Mortimer becomes available, he will explain the situation.
Thank you for your answers, Sir Home. But I beg your pardon. I get the impression I know you. Have we met? Except in my dreams, of course.
Not that I remember, young man. Perhaps you're mistaking me for another member of the Chamber of Lords. And what with the wig and the powder, it wouldn't be the
Bonsoir.
first.
No, you were definitely the one I saw threatening my mother. I thought... Never mind. It'll come back to me. Would you allow me one last question, sir? I don't want to take up all your time.
Please, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Alors, Hillsborough, c'est Emily. Qu'est-ce que ma mère venait faire ici? Qui aurait pu en vouloir à ma mère? Manque-t-il quelqu'un d'autre que ma mère? Ah, une dernière question. On peut demander c'était quoi le lien parce qu'elle était dans la vision.
Sir, do you know Emily Hillsborough?
Oh, Madame la Duchesse. Of course. It was I who invited her to the island.
Do you know of any link between her and my mother?
Not really, no. They may well have met at the court of King George, but I can't be sure about that.
No dispute between them, then?
Not to my knowledge, no.
And even if Duchess Hillsborough is a complex woman to understand, I honestly can't imagine her in a conflict with the famous Sara de Rice.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a?
I should have insisted that you rest in your room.
Do you want me to call someone?
Let me handle this. I'm used to this kind of thing.
Thank you, Mr. Dichet.
Miss, can you hear me?
Leave me.
Ah, j'ai plus de... Est-ce que je peux prendre une gelée royale? Ah, c'est cool, Tetsu, que t'aies pu venir. Merci. Oui, il me faut du la gelée. Mince, qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? Ah. Très bien. C'est un échec cuisant, c'est pas grave.
Stand back, please, so she can breathe.
Elizabeth is accustomed to this kind of thing.
It looks like it's just a dizzy spell. Can you tell me something about her? Who is this young lady?
Elizabeth Adams. She's come to the island for a course of treatment, to rest.
For a course of treatment?
That's right. Sea air can do wonders. Are you all right, Elizabeth? Do you feel any better?
When did she arrive?
4 days ago.
Okay. My mother had already gone missing.
Ok.
Are you all right, Elizabeth? You gave us quite a fright.
Take it easy, miss.
Merde, j'ai pas cliqué. J'arrive pas à m'y faire.
I just need to get back to my room.
Of course, my dear. Go ahead.
You saw it, didn't you?
Pardon me?
Essayé della bestia.
The sign of the beast. He's referring to the tattoo on her hand.
Yes, Your Eminence, I saw it. I don't know what the young woman has been through, but she is marked for life.
It is the least one can say. You know the meaning, don't you?
Protection against the evil one.
It is a rare practice reserved for cases of possession, Louis. I have seen it during exorcism.
Les bails sont...
Gentlemen, it's getting late. It is time for everyone to go to bed. It has been a long day.
Ah, j'ai loupé une info sur son amulette là, ça fait chier.
It's all the more delicate.
I'll see what I can do, but the case I'm on at the moment might well leave me with very few opportunities.
Elle est pas bien la petite Suze.
Well, I am impressed with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal, but I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
Sir Holm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence. On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted. The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Oui, en fait, je loupe les trucs parce que j'ai pas les compétences, donc c'est pas vraiment ma faute.
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night. Mr. President, Your Eminence, Duchess, you have the same rooms as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow. Oh, man. It's been quite a day. Right. Where is my room?
Ah, l'exploration. On s'en fout de la chambre, nous, on veut explorer. Oh, voyez? Il avait dit au fond, mais en vrai, flemme.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Ne regarde pas ton truc. C'est vrai.
Monsieur Jacques Perru.
Oh, l'accent français est incroyable. Monsieur Jacques Perru. Très bien. J'avais vu un truc bleu. Là, il y a un livre.
A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia.
Ok, nice.
The Quorum Guide.
Là, c'est des plantes. En tout cas, je le trouve très très beau. Enfin, c'est bien... Alors attendez, parce que j'ai mon chat qui appuie sur les touches. C'est un scandale. Du coup, je sais plus ce que je disais. Oui, je le trouve joli et vraiment beau niveau représentation. Plus beau que Détroit. Mais t'as fini. Détroit, c'est incroyable.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
T'es en colère, Bastien. Oh, un étage. Je ne peux pas y aller.
Monsieur Johann von Wulner.
Je ne suis toujours pas apaisée. Ouah, tu viendras, tu rejoueras, d'accord? Je ne supprimerai plus de sauvegarde. J'avais effacé ma sauvegarde en plus pour que tu joues. C'est terrible. Oh, regardez, ça doit être le truc qu'on a trouvé. Pièce de collection. On va pas descendre. Voilà. Et du coup, on va revenir là où on était au début, je pense. Oh, si j'avais une maison aussi grande, je serais trop contente pour ranger mes cosplays. Mais un petit peu moins pour le chauffage quand même. Et puis pour les shootings, ce serait dingue. Oh, un truc là. Pièce de collection. Ok. Là, y a rien. Oh, mais c'est super grand. C'est terrible.
President George Washington.
Ok, George Washington. T'as fini de mettre des chiens flammes partout, Pssst? Bah écoutez, c'est beaucoup trop grand, hein. Nope.
Honey, the remedy of the gods.
Ouais, Yukina, c'est... c'est vraiment grand. Ah, est-ce que ce serait pas nous?
Monseigneur, His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Toujours pas. Putain, il aurait pu nous guider à notre chambre quand même. Hein. Est-ce que là c'est nous? Ah, de Richer.
That's me.
That's me. Yes, ok. Alors attendez, parce que du coup, je regarde juste si on n'a pas loupé des trucs. Mais je pense que ce qu'on récupère là, c'est du surplus. Hein.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Ah! C'est le gars à qui on a écrit la lettre qu'on a lue, que la mère avait écrite. Ok, allons dans la chambre.
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do?
Ah merde. Ouvrir la lettre, laisser la lettre fermée. En vrai... En vrai, non, ta mère, ça craint peut-être.
Let's see what it contains. Too bad for Piaggi. So, it really is a list of French countrymen. Piaggi wasn't lying. But now it's opened. I better get it to Mother soon.
Ok. Bon.
Wow. Nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
Les reflets et tout, c'est vraiment beau, hein. Oh là là. Mais tu l'as pas dit assez tôt, Pssst. C'est bon, il saura pas qu'on l'a ouvert de toute façon. À moins de nous forcer. Oh, mais regarde ce balcon! Ok. C'est encore ma chambre? Mais je voulais pas me coucher. Oh merde. Oh non. Alors. Eh, y a pas de raté quand même. C'est beau ce qui se passe. Hein. Ok, 4 points disponibles. On va augmenter là-dedans. Ah mince, j'ai pas assez de... Ok. Alors... Ok. Bienséance de la conversation entre les hommes. Un point de compétence en étiquette. Un point de compétence en diversion. Un point de compétence en conviction. Étiquette, c'est la diplomatie. On va lire ça, je pense. Encore une vision.
Your turn? The servants are not very efficient.
Durocher can't be far away. They'll find her soon. Their search time is restricted, given that they must keep an eye on Adams.
I can take care of her, you know.
Yes. Well, in any case, I do thank you for bringing her to the island.
From what I've understood, the search of Durocher's room hasn't turned up any results.
Not yet, no. But we've put her son in there. Perhaps he'll find something.
That might come in handy.
Louis grows impatient at not yet having met the famous Lord Mortimer.
He will meet him tomorrow.
Oh, what a pity to lose a knight at the start of the game. Are you waiting for someone?
A young French soldier.
During our game of chess?
Don't worry, Gregory. The game won't disappear. I'll have one of my men escort you back.
Don't trouble yourself. I know my way out.
Ah, good evening, gentlemen. Please forgive me for this late hour.
It is never too late.
Il est bien français, hein.
We have much to discuss. One last move?
Ouh, la colère d'un homme.
Don't worry. Our games always seem to end like this.
Or always start like this. Come, take a seat, my friend.
C'est quand même bizarre qu'il ait des visions comme ça. On dirait moi qui essaie de parler anglais. Yukina.
A little nighttime stroll, Mr. President?
There's nothing like it for a good night's sleep.
Do not hesitate to ask a servant to show you back.
The corridors seem quite safe.
Peppermint, lime flower, and valerian. My miracle remedy when one can't get to sleep. A very good night to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. And to you too, sir.
Oh. What the fuck? C'est cool, mais ça a l'air douloureux, hein.
I'm coming.
Allez rapidement répondre à la porte. Très bien. Oui. Ah oui, c'est à l'autre bout. Ok. J'arrive. Je cours. La salle fait 80 mètres carrés.
Excuse me. Am I bothering you?
Non.
No, not in the least. Is something wrong?
I'm going to need your help. Do you remember the young lady we spoke of in the hall?
Mais il est Miss Jean-Pascal.
No.
Je sais pas.
What's her name again?
Voilà, Bastien, je loupe des trucs.
Adams. Well, she is the daughter of my friend, the Vice President, John Adams. But she is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Fair enough.
Good heavens! I was present at her funeral.
It is disturbing indeed.
Yes. I need to make sure it's her. That's where you come in. I want you to distract Elizabeth while I search her room. And perhaps get my hands on some important information.
Je pense qu'on peut lui faire confiance, parce qu'il a le logo et tout.
Elizabeth is in the small salon. If you hurry, you can still catch her. I just need 10 minutes.
But if my vision is true, there are two men nearby discussing very important issues, and one of them looks much like Mortimer. Washington is very kind, but I came to this island for my mother, not for his ghost stories.
On peut aller... Du coup, soit écouter les hommes de la vision là et voir ce qu'ils disent sur notre mère, parce qu'ils avaient l'air d'en savoir beaucoup, soit aider Washington. Après, ça a l'air d'être un good guy et... Oh, je sais pas. Après, je me dis, on est là pour la mère. Mais si on l'aide, il pourra nous aider plus tard. J'attends l'avis du chat. Parce que je suis mitigée. Hein. Ah merde. Le chat est divisé. Merci Psy, fais ce que tu veux. Très bien, tu m'aides, c'est gentil. Écoutez... Ok, bon. La majorité veut qu'on aide, donc on va aider.
Count on me, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Keep Elizabeth downstairs as long as possible. She must not return to her room.
Trust me.
Ok.
According to Washington, Lady Adams is in the small salon. I better hurry.
Le petit salon au rez-de-chaussée. Alors, il faut encore qu'on se retrouve là-dedans. C'est tellement long.
Louis, you're straying from your objective.
Ah voilà. Je peux pas encore mettre d'emote et psy. Je suis pas affiliée. Mais oui, ce serait bien. Ok. Oh, les tableaux. Oh là là là. Regardez la taille des tableaux. Oh, c'est fou. C'est fou. Ah, ça y est, je peux les utiliser. Nice. Tu es affilié quand Il me manque des heures de stream en fait, sinon le reste j'ai. Je me mettrai des icônes. Ah nice, les tableaux on peut les...
Blind Oedipus. Blinded himself. What a tragic destiny.
Est-ce qu'on peut regarder lui du coup? Ah oui, nice.
Fall of the Damned by Rubens. The man who cannot achieve the salvation of God the Father is offered to fall into the depths of the abyss.
Ok. Ça c'est pour aller... Ouais. Mais alors pourquoi il y a un...
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
Oh, c'est vrai que la porte...
Saturn devouring his son. Good God, how awful. Everything in this painting is disturbing. It's the first time I've seen brushstrokes like this. Crucifixion of St. Peter. He was crucified upside down, out of humility. Surprising for an entrance hall.
Mais attendez, y a des gens qui hurlent là derrière en fait. Je regarde l'art, mais...
Ah, my son. Oh, you are a godsend.
What's the matter, Your Eminence?
I believe Miss Adams may be in danger.
What do you mean?
Do you hear that? She is being manhandled in this small salon.
By whom?
I don't know exactly. A thug, a Frenchman, it seems. By the cut of his cloth, I'd say he's a member of the French Revolution.
La brute française.
You should do something, my son.
Non, faut y aller.
Shit. I was supposed to make sure Adams wouldn't go back to her room. Don't worry, Your Eminence. I'll take care of it. Probably nothing to worry about.
Do you want me to call for help?
Please don't do anything. I'm sure with a little goodwill, everything will work out fine. Don't go and wake up the whole manor, please.
Thank you, my son. May God watch over you.
Ok. Allez, on fait les chevaliers, c'est parti.
Who do you think you are?
Alors, il existe plusieurs chemins pour atteindre votre objectif. Il peut être bon de réfléchir avant de vous engager sur la première voie que vous trouverez. Ok.
Me, sir.
If we were in France, I'd have sent you to the guillotine for what you just said.
Please, just let me go back to my room.
Non.
Hey, you! Stay out of it! This is none of your business. I'm gonna teach this little slut how to behave.
What the hell is going on?
Huh? I don't think you know who I am.
Stop. I beg you. I didn't mean to. Don't hit me, please, sir.
Shit. If I step in, Adams might just run back to her room. And if I do nothing, yes, Washington will have enough time to search, but this girl's gonna suffer. Damn it, what should I do?
Tant pis si elle s'en va, j'interviens, je la laisse faire, ça sert ma cause.
Ah!
Ah!
You filthy whore!
I apologize. Have mercy. Please have mercy. No!
Oh non, j'aurais dû l'aider. Ah, je suis...
Mercy, have mercy.
Attendez, je peux encore agir, calmez-vous.
Where's that smart mouth now? I'll teach you a little respect. Huh?
Ok.
Are you out of your mind? What about the consequences?
What are you talking about?
The consequences of beating up one of Lord Mortimer's friends in his own house.
You tell him about that and you'll have to answer to me.
Oh, bah voilà. Le mal est fait.
Given the mess, talking's not going to help anything.
Ok. Bon.
Well, did you get time to search the room?
Yes, I found out many things.
Good.
Did Elizabeth give you any trouble?
Elizabeth? No. Well, you could have mentioned she was with a raving maniac, huh?
What do you mean?
She was with a Frenchman. He was about to beat her when I arrived.
What the devil are you talking about?
I thought he was going to kill the poor girl.
Did you intervene?
I did what was necessary to give you enough time to search her room.
Good work, my friend. I knew that I could...
Là, on s'est fait un pote, c'est bon.
So tell me, did you find any information?
Oh, yes. What I found is likely to upset you.
What do you mean by that?
Elizabeth is indeed the daughter of John Adams.
Why pass her off as dead?
I found her medical file. It appears that for many years, your mother was her personal doctor. From what I read, she behaved more like a butcher than a doctor.
What are you talking about?
Écoutons jusqu'au bout.
I'm not a child. What's going on here?
John believed that his daughter was possessed. He appealed to your mother to save her, but the treatment she inflicted on the poor child... My God.
Look, stop beating around the bush. What exactly did she do to her?
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a child?
En vrai, je pense. Mais... Ah, on va jouer le good guy.
My mother would never do something like that.
But she did. And with the blessing of the
Quoi,
order.
j'aurais dû dire oui.
No, she wouldn't go that far. Prove it. Show me that file.
I left it in her room so as not to arouse suspicion.
My mother's not a monster.
I do not doubt that your mother meant well, but the techniques described in the file, it is pure torture.
Je dois accepter la vérité.
Please. I need some time alone.
I have seen some horrors in my time. But if what is written in these damned documents is true, be brave, my boy.
retournez vous coucher après avoir appris tout ça. Comme ça, vous serez content. C'est dangereux de laisser ça aussi proche du feu, ça va cramer, hein. Pff, ça choque personne. Et donc, est-ce que c'est Zeus? Parce que moi, j'étais partie là-dessus. Mais il tient un truc dans sa main. Ah non, on verra pas, hein. Ah oui, c'est ça. La foudre. Oh, trop forte. Ok, est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose à voir au bout ou pas? Je ne pense pas. Ok, ok, retournez vous coucher. Alors déjà, faut se retrouver là-dedans. On est arrivé par là, donc... On va revenir par là. Émilie, donc... j'avais des choses à récupérer dans ma chambre. Et je suis par là. Ouais, je suis juste ici normalement.
Your Eminence, what are you doing here?
I was worried about you, my son. How did it go with Miss Adams?
C'est réglé, mais pas grâce à toi.
Well, there's no need to worry.
Which means?
The situation was more complex than it looked at first glance.
What? The poor child was indeed being bullied by a thug, wasn't she?
Let's just say you didn't have a complete picture of the situation, Your Eminence. Maybe it's because it's harder to feel things when one is sheltered behind the door.
Now, listen to me, my son. I went in search of the servants.
You weren't able to find them, were you?
No, and they are going to hear from me. When you need them most, you simply can't find them.
Anyway, Miss Adams is safe. Everything's fine, so no need to lose any sleep over it.
Bim, le pic.
I see. Thank you, my son. My son, I have another problem. I wanted to speak to you about something important. Do you still have my letter on you? The one I gave you in the hall?
Why do you ask?
I have a name to add to it.
It would have been my pleasure, but I don't have it with me, Your Eminence.
Why is that?
You remember that I came here to meet my mother. Well, I still haven't found her, and it's beginning to worry me. Given the importance of your letter and not knowing where it all might lead me, I've hidden it. His Eminence wouldn't want me to take the slightest risk, would he?
Excellent initiative, my son. But please tell me you haven't simply left it in your room, my son.
Don't worry. It is perfectly safe and sound.
J'ai ouvert la lettre. Oh là là.
Certainly, but where?
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to say. The walls have ears here.
Oh là là. Il est fort, il est très fort.
Danger. Give me the name you wanted to add, and I'll pass it on to my mother.
Very well. You seem to know what you're doing. Here is the name. Jean-Baptiste Joseph Goebel.
Nothing.
Don't forget to give this name to your mother, or a good man will end up dead.
Are you prepared to trust me or not?
Of course, my son. Have a good night.
Bon, on l'a échappé belle. C'était moins une. Et il me laissera pas explorer la chambre. Hein.
I'm exhausted. I better go to bed. I'll search my room tomorrow. If Mother stayed here right before me, you never know. And Mortimer had better show up.
J'aurais pu découvrir plus les zones de vision, j'avais mes plans me concernant. Ah. Et oui, mais écoutez, c'est le prix à payer pour les jeux à choix. Alors. « 11 points restants avant le niveau 3. » Ah oui, ça commence à chiffrer, d'accord. Exercez votre compréhension de la géopolitique, intérêt des nations et relations diplomatiques. Ah ça c'est bien ça. Ok. Il y a quand même des beaux yeux verts, Louis. Hein.
All right. In my vision yesterday, I saw that Mother had this room before me. I better search the room. Who knows? Maybe she left me something behind.
Laissez-moi fouiller. Déjà lu. Diversion. Diversion, c'est bien. Ok. Il m'en faut parce que j'en ai mangé.
Nothing.
Forcément, je viens de dormir dessus.
The torture of Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance.
Ok.
Inspiration of Saint Matthew, or Matthew writing his gospel, dictated to him by voices. I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Dear Monsieur de Richet, please excuse me, but I am unable to join you at present. However, rest assured that we are doing all we can to resolve the case that concerns us. By the way, enclosed, you will find a key that will enable you to retrieve the personal effects your mother left behind. Yours faithfully, Lord William Mortimer.
Donc on a une clé pour avoir accès. Ok, très bien. Donc... on va checker ce que la mère a laissé au final. Oh, j'aime trop les œuvres d'art. Merci pour le follow, Seb.
Last Judgment. Why do I always get the most terrifying room?
C'est vrai que le tableau est pas...
Writing material.
Bonsoir Kazudei.
The incredulity of St. Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing St. Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch.
Ah ok. Du coup, là on a fait le tour. On pourrait aller sur la terrasse, mais on va déjà faire l'intérieur. Faut dire merci à Tetsu. Eh ben, merci Tetsu pour le follow de Seb.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly. Oh, this bookcase is well stocked. Oh, this book has been put back the wrong way round. A Voyage Around the World. The travelogue of the explorer Louis-Antoine de Bougainville. One of Mother's favorite books. What a coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. It's just too much. I don't know what's going on here, but if you felt threatened, I'll bet you'd leave a clue, wouldn't you, Mother? Found it. A faint sign of the order, barely visible. Mother, you undoubtedly must have hidden a clue in this book. Let's see if I can find anything else in this room.
Ok.
I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching.
Je n'ai pas les bonnes compétences.
Look, markings on the floor. Just a bit worn out. I was hoping to find something leading to a secret passage.
Et oui, Louis, ça aurait été bien. Ok, ben on va aller dehors. Oh, tous ces tableaux, c'est ouf.
Nothing here. I wouldn't mind a nice strong coffee though.
Ah, encore des livres. Encore des tableaux.
Carmelite water. Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices. There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it.
Alors, on va le faire. Je veux juste aller vérifier dehors avant.
Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son.
Mais il a un problème avec Saturne qui dévore les enfants ou comment ça se passe?
Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy. Before the conversion of Saint Paul, like Caravaggio. It's incredible. It doesn't look like a copy, but I was sure the original was in Rome.
Ok, ok. Bon, alors. Ah, il y a la boîte là, on l'a pas vue. Ok. On va juste aller check le balcon. Bonsoir. Alors, FT Lausanne, hein, si je le dis bien. Ok, ça marche. Une livre, ok. Et alors là-haut, du coup... Très bien. Ok, bah écoute, on va débloquer la petite boîte. Hein.
Priest robe, crosses, must be Piaget's
Ah
room.
oui, non mais... C'est les chambres qui sont... Ah oui, d'accord, ça sous-doigt pour venir sur le live, ok.
Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices.
Merci, Téti.
There's a circle around the lock here. Must be the trunk Mortimer was talking about. The key should open it.
Allez, utilisons la clé. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Du miel? Tout ça pour du miel?
There's a note. Effects of Sœur de Richer to be given to her son, Louis. I should probably take it.
Ah, c'est de l'ambre. Ok.
All right. I've retrieved everything.
Bah, je vous avoue que je suis un peu deck parce que je ne peux pas... C'est quoi ça?
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
Je peux toujours pas examiner.
I'm not far from solving the puzzle. I must keep searching.
Si on te demande, il s'est rien passé chez lui au plein gré. Ok, ça marche. Je n'ai rien vu. Ce qui se passe sur ce live reste sur ce live. Ça roule.
Writing material.
Écoutez, j'ai l'impression d'avoir tout fouillé, mais... J'ai pas les compétences, donc...
I haven't even had time to unpack my cases.
Je ne sais pas. Ah, peut-être là, du coup, c'est la seule partie où j'avais pas accès. Non, non, c'est celle-ci. Ah!
This room looks unoccupied.
Eh bien... Eh bien, c'est très beau. Mais ça va pas m'aider à chercher les traces de ma mère. Hein. Eh bien, je vois pas ce que j'aurais pu... Ah, ça doit être la chambre du... Non, c'est la nôtre. Je ne sais pas. Ça, on a fait. Ça, on a fait. Je ne peux pas sortir. Ok, très bien. Donc, j'ai dû louper un truc quand même. Mais alors quoi? Le café.
I wouldn't mind a nice strong coffee though.
Ah, la sortie auparavant? Non. Non. Merci pour le follow et bonne soirée. Écoutez, je suis perplexe. Qu'est-ce que j'ai loupé? Pourtant, enfin, il n'y a que 2 pièces, quoi. Là, il n'y a rien. Non, ça, j'ai regardé.
Ixion, condemned by the gods to lose his mind because of his arrogance.
L'oreiller, on a fait... Ah, attendez. Là, il y avait un truc. Non? J'ai cru voir un truc bleu.
I haven't even had time to unpack my case. Dear Monsieur de Richet.
Ah, je ne sais pas. Je ne sais pas, je ne sais pas, je ne sais pas.
The incredulity of Saint Thomas. Why is Caravaggio representing Saint Thomas putting his finger in the wound? Thomas looks on but doesn't touch.
Tu peux pas être bloqué parce que t'as pas les bonnes compétences. Il peut pas, je peux pas faire ça.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer is giving to his guests. Very jolly.
Puis il faut qu'il arrête avec ces tableaux où les gens mettent des doigts dans des blessures, c'est terrible. Là, on a regardé les 2.
Judith beheading Holofernes. Ironic in a way, when you know that the artist represented herself as Judith beheading her mentor, who had raped her.
Ok, c'est joyeux. Mais ça m'aide pas. Ok, là, il n'y a rien. On va refaire tout l'extérieur. Là, je ne peux pas y aller. Là, c'est la chambre du papa. Ouais.
Crosses. Must be Piaggi's room.
Ah,
Here's
voilà.
something will undermine my botanist's appreciation for the local climate.
Il nous manquait donc les citrons. Très bien.
My mother was in this room. I found a rare edition of her favorite book. She must have left something behind. She must have used the writing materials. What if she used lemon juice instead? An old trick used to hide messages. A message using invisible ink. I bet she used a lemon to leave a message. Now, how do I reveal the message?
Wow. Trouver de quoi révéler le message. Ben, un citron. Et ça. Une bougie.
Ah, secret writing. Many people use this method for their secret correspondences. Light the flame and the ink appears.
Et un citron. Et normalement, la magie opère. Bonsoir Nitrox. Bienvenue sur le live. Alors, on fait dans quel ordre? Brunir le papier avec du bougeoir ou utiliser le citron? Brunir déjà.
Aha, it's working. The heat reveals the message.
J'avais peut-être pas besoin du reste, mais au cas où.
Let's see what my mother wrote. Where all eyes size you up, you must pass by the Gorgon. Gorgon was the name of Medusa in Greek mythology. On the other hand, where all eyes size you up, I don't get it. And judging by the number of paintings in the manor, could be anywhere. After that, she adds, beware hero. The beast always charges the best protected soldier. And that's its weakness. What is my mother trying to tell me?
Since you've gone to so much trouble, you must not have only found something important, but
You must have also felt like you were in great danger. Now I'd better hurry and find that damn Medusa.
Sir, dinner is served in the red salon.
Typical.
I'm not hungry. Please give my apologies to all the guests.
Sir Holm requests your presence, sir.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait before going and looking for my Medusa.
Tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Quand on t'invite à un truc et que tu veux pas y aller. Oh. Ok, rejoignez le salon rouge. Je me demande si le jeu fait des sauvegardes quand même. Je pense.
If I get a chance, I may have to take a little tour through the rooms of the other guests.
Bah oui Louis, mais tu veux pas rentrer dans la chambre des gens comme ça? Qui passe le balai? Il y a un truc. C'est stressant, j'entends des bruits de balai, il y a personne. Ah bah voilà. Est-ce qu'on peut rentrer dans la chambre des gens? Écoute, on va faire le tour, hein. C'est peut-être un message.
That must be the door to the room of the soldier I saw in my vision.
Ah, très bien. Oh là là, si j'avais eu cette compétence, la vie aurait été quand même peut-être plus facile. Bon, écoute, on va passer par l'escalier où il n'y avait personne. Je crois que c'était là-haut. Non? Alors attendez, la chambre rouge. C'est trop grand.
That's the door to Elizabeth's room.
On rentre comme ça chez la Zouze.
For God's sakes, what happened in here?
Oh, wow. Bah, what the fuck? Oh, ouh là là. Les bails obscurs.
My dear Elizabeth, I'm writing to inform you of some unfortunate news. We won't be able to meet as planned on the first Sunday of May. I've been told that you're no better, and, unfortunately, your brothers and I are absolutely snowed under by the work required to govern this new country. Please excuse us. As soon as we can get free, even if it's just for a day, I promise we shall come and see you. Your loving father, John Adams. P.S. Don't hold it against your mother. She still isn't ready. Please don't judge her. I'm sure you'll be able to put all of this behind you one day.
Ok, donc Elisabeth, c'est la nana rouge. Hein. Oh là là.
An old sesterce from Roman Gaul.
Ok.
Looks like I found a box containing some kind of white crystals.
Consommer les cristaux? Non. Non, 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 je sais pas ce que c'est. Hein. T'es ouf. Ok, là il y avait quoi? Je crois qu'il y avait... Ah, il y a un truc par terre. Mince.
A chest with a half circle pattern.
Ah, alors peut-être que je trouve une clé dans la chambre. GG, Tetsu. En combien de temps? C'est ouf.
June 11th, 1791. My dear Elizabeth, your last letter gave me much cause for concern. Your words were so cold, as if emotions no longer matter to you. Father maintains that the secondary effects of your treatment still trouble you, but that they will soon subside. Should I believe him?
Je me demande si les cristaux qu'elle a, c'est pas des... Il y a plein de choses à voir.
August 24th, 1792. Elizabeth, I am driven to despair and doubt there is any point in writing to you. I'm not even sure you'll receive my letters. Father controls my correspondence more and more. I am certain he filters our exchanges. Thankfully, one of the chambermaids is able to help me get my letters to you. But...
Clé à 5 cercles, nice.
1791. My dear sister, the cancellation of our reunion hit me like a stab to the heart. Father told me it was for your well-being, but I can't help but blame him.
Ok. Une sœur très dévouée, apparemment. Bon, j'ai la clé.
A chest with a half circle pattern.
Ah, j'ai pas la bonne clé? Amazon égale régime minceur. Oui, j'imagine que tu chômes pas et ça s'en ressent. Bah, tant mieux, tant mieux.
A novel of the initiation of a young woman into polite society.
Bon, psychologie, Elisabeth, ok. Bah, j'ai pas la clé. J'ai une clé, mais c'est pas celle-ci. Très bien, étrange. Du coup, oui, je vous disais que je pense que ça, là, c'est peut-être ce que lui donne son père. Et ben, c'est peut-être de la, je sais pas, comme de la drogue ou autre. Mais non, c'est chelou. Bon, bah du coup, j'ai pas de clé, donc bah on va leave. Et on va quand même essayer de rejoindre la salle rouge. C'est beaucoup trop grand, ouais. Oh là là, ça me donne faim en plus. Le cardinal. Ouais, ok. Donc, on va passer.
Might be better to take a different stairway.
Donc il nous dit de prendre l'autre escalier, mais quand je suis à l'autre escalier, il me dit non. Ah, celui-ci. Il y a trop d'escaliers. Allez, direction le salon rouge.
Excuse me, Monsieur de Richet. I really need to talk to you.
Is this about last night?
No, that was just a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was a little bit my fault too.
There's no excuse for that man's horrible behavior. You ought to tell Sir Home.
Look, the only thing that I care about is that I've lost something precious. I'm not worried about Jacques Peru.
I'm sorry. I should have stopped him from beating you.
What's done is done. It was my fault, not yours.
Don't say that. It's never the victim's fault. Look at your eye.
My eye's nothing. Last night, I found out that your mother was on the island. What are you doing here?
Excuse me, but speaking frankly, why would you care?
I know your mother very well.
If I understand rightly, you share a common past?
Are you saying I've made it all up? You can ask her when you see her.
Huh, she's getting more and more agitated.
Ce serait la...
Look, I've got to go.
Wait. I need to know more about you and my mother. Why did she put you through all of that? There must be some reason for what she did.
La gamine que sa mère a maltraitée.
You're right. I don't want this conversation to turn into an interrogation. You've suffered enough already. I respect your silence. Please excuse me.
Well, thank you. I know your little game. You're no different from the rest of them. You couldn't give a damn about me. The only thing you're interested in is finding out about your mother.
Don't say that. Not everyone wants to use you. Some people care about you, don't they?
Sa sœur.
Haven't you got a sister?
Yes.
I'm sure she loves you with all her heart.
She's the only one who cares about me. I would have put an end to it all by now if it weren't for her. Since you insist, I'll tell you how I met your mother.
Thanks for trusting me.
You see, before I was born, my mother often suffered from hallucinations and fits of anger. Soon people could barely recognize her. She became a completely different person. So my father spent an enormous amount of money paying for the best doctors, but none of them were able to cure her. The last resort was to call a priest.
So, is that what your father did?
No. He went to an expert in the occult.
Ah, my mother.
Her reputation already extended beyond our borders. My mother's fits stopped at my birth, and Sarah de Richet concluded that the evil had passed into me. Not only did it encourage her to stay, but she took the opportunity to advise my father to separate me from the rest of my family. That's how I was declared stillborn. My fate was decided that very day.
It would coincide with my mother's frequent trips to America.
I had my first fit when I was 3. That's when your mother began her experiments to rid me of the evil inside.
I understand how you feel, but I know my mother. I'm sure she had her reasons, even if it seems difficult to believe.
Everything she put me through was all for nothing. My whole life was ruined for nothing.
So what brings you here then?
My father used to know Sir Holm. He offered to introduce me to the world's leading authority in the occult.
Lord Mortimer.
He was my last hope. Until I found out he had also invited your mother.
It's got to be a coincidence. I don't believe for a second she's come here for you.
You can't change my mind about this, Louis. My days are numbered, and I know it.
Donc notre mère lui aurait vraiment fait du mal.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
Ambre ou manuscrit? Ambre.
My good fellow, would you have any amber available?
I would, but unfortunately I don't think I am authorized to give it out, sir. I believe it is a precious stone.
Ok. Manuscrit peut-être?
What's that book you're hiding in your jacket?
The Sorrows of Young Werther by Goethe, sir, and I am not hiding it.
Hand it to me, please.
It is damaged, sir. I would never dare lend sir a book in such a pitiful state, sir. I took it to restore.
Indeed, this masterpiece must not become more damaged. Let me have it and I'll take care of it personally. I love antiquarian books.
It bothers me somewhat. It isn't sir's job to take care of it, really.
No, but I would love to. You'll be doing me a favor by letting me have it.
In that case, sir, I shall leave it in your care with
Nice.
pleasure.
May
May I do anything else for sir?
Stein de Souliter, oui, oui. Bah ça c'est un très bon choix, Tetsu. Go. Là on avait tout fait dans la soirée. Ah bonsoir Doris. T'as vu c'est beau chez moi. Hein. C'est cosy.
Dear friends, I bid you welcome. I hope the night was not too short. Your Eminence, Duchess, Monsieur de Richet, allow me to introduce our new guests. They arrived during the night. Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs and close aide of Frederick William II, King of Prussia. Napoleon Bonaparte, Lieutenant of the French Revolutionary Army. And Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary Tribunal Judge. Unfortunately, my friends, Lord Mortimer will not be joining us this morning, but he should be with us later. So, let us begin.
What is Mortimer playing at? He tells me to come urgently and he sends no one to meet
Paris
me?
que Mortimer, il est enfermé ou il est mort. On va regarder Bonaparte. Oh, j'ai eu les deux. Yes.
Peru looks totally out of place here.
He's counting the 10 sets of cutlery around each plate? The man is completely lost.
Thank you again for the wine, Your Eminence. It is served every day at the king's table.
My friend.
I am delighted to hear it.
Volner and Piaggi seem to be getting along well.
My dear Johann, how are you?
Glad to make landfall at last. And yourself?
Very well.
And your husband?
He's poorly. The French Revolution gives him terrible headaches.
Oh, I understand. I shall feel better too as soon as the situation is settled.
If by chance the French crisis is emulated in Berlin, there will always be a refuge for you in London, my dear.
Your offer does you honor, Emily. But London is much closer to Paris than Berlin. Beware. The French are capable of sailing up the Thames straight to the Houses of Parliament.
Oh, my friend, I am shaking in my clogs.
You must be joking.
A Prussian-Britannic coalition is not good for France. The last time we fought against them, our empire went up in smoke.
Oh dear.
Is the wine to your liking?
Very much so, Sir Gregory. Such complexity. Typically French. A sauterne, isn't it?
Absolutely.
If I'm not mistaken, this is not Lord Mortimer's favourite wine. It is yours.
In his absence, I have taken the liberty of making a slight deviation from the rule. But I count on your discretion.
Don't worry, I appreciate the same grape varieties as you. I remember the last time we tasted that nectar here at this table. The finest minds of the century were present.
And the last time we drank it, the orphanage in Bloomsbury was still in ruins.
Would you repeat that?
Well, I put some small effort into the works. The orphanage reopened just before Christmas. The bedrooms, washrooms, and the classrooms had all been refurbished.
I don't know what to say. You have given the girls a wonderful Christmas gift. Thank you.
I made a promise. Now it is done.
It's the first time I've ever seen her so moved. Just mentioning that orphanage broke right through Emily's hard shell.
Is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I had a moment of absence, but here I am again.
My lord, I only know the prestige of your name. Might I have the honor of getting to know you a little better?
You are Monsieur...
Louis Moras de Richet.
De Richet. De Richet. A name with a nobiliary particle. Are you descended from a noble line?
Oh? And right he was, too.
The presence of a particle does not necessarily mean a person belongs to the nobility, nor does it prevent the observance of the rules of etiquette, Monsieur von Volner.
Oh dear.
Who does not know of her, sir?
Have you any information on this Napoleon?
Louis Moras de Richet. Renvoie la question à Émilie, n'a aucune importance. Non.
What do you think, madam?
Il est important.
What is Bonaparte doing here?
The presence of a soldier is never a good sign. It can only mean there's going to be further war. To answer your question, I only know that his family were in favour of the revolution, and that it almost cost them their lives.
Et le mec à côté de nous, c'est Washington. C'est vrai, on connaît pas non plus. Hein.
Monsieur de Richet, it would seem we have common interests. Could we speak in private, please?
Ah, on va peut-être parler en français du coup. C'est fou ce qui se passe. C'est beau, hein, mais si vous tombez, c'est mortel. Je comprends pas.
Lord Mortimer and the Golden Order, through your mother, have
concluded l'accent français.
Stay composed, Louis.
Through your order.
I'm listening.
An agreement for cannons. Lord Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother. You must know that I am deeply sorry about their disappearance, but I must validate the deal urgently if I want to be able to organize things properly.
I haven't seen Lord Mortimer yet. I'm afraid I'll be unable to answer your questions.
He assured me that you could replace your mother during her absence.
I appreciate his confidence, but still, This is a bit hasty, but please continue.
Of course, but I need to know if I can count you among my allies.
Well, of course.
And for that, I have a little question for you. The agreement stipulates an aid of 50,000 louis d'or for 200 cannon.
I've only just taken over the affair. The agreement will be considered null and void until we've gone through it together. Is that clear?
All right, you seem to know what you're doing. I have one last question I would like to pose to you. We don't know each other yet, you and I need to make sure that we both share the same vision for the future of France. Given the hard times that have befallen our beautiful country, what do you think it would take to restore its luster?
It's time for Girondin and Montagne.
Merde, immunité.
Yeah, to come together at last and give rise to a republic worthy of all the spilled blood. Both parties must put an end to their petty quarrels for the good of all.
You must be joking, my friend. Neither side will ever accept the advice of the other. It's simply a lost cause.
Une révolution? Révolution ou monarchie? Révolution?
The revolution was a good thing, but it gave birth to a monster. We must overthrow the new system in place.
Ah, you are right. Monsieur de Richet, I am reassured. I am very happy to have met you. Lord Mortimer was right to put his trust in you. I hope to work with you in the very near future.
Oh, c'est pas
I would
possible.
like to thank you for your support by offering you this humble little gift.
Mais le casting, ils ont pris le français qui savait pas parler anglais du tout.
Mr. Bonaparte, I thank you for this gesture, and please know that I too am delighted to have met you.
C'était terrible.
I would like to say a few words, please. I would like to thank
très bon
Lord
moment.
Mortimer and you, Sir Holm, for bringing us all together here. Those of us for whom it is not the first time here, like me, are all trembling in sweet anticipation of the arrival of our host. For the rest, I would like to reassure you that Lord Mortimer always has a few surprising projects to propose. But I can assure you that each and every one of us has always benefited from them. The last time I came to this place, Lord Mortimer offered to help me in my electoral campaign for the presidency of the United States. And it is eminently clear that his support was an invaluable aid to us. We are here among like-minded people. So let us put aside the conflicts in which some of our nations find themselves at present. So I raise my glass in honor of you all, my new and old friends.
I trust you shall not be disappointed, Mr. Washington.
Oula.
Washington is a very gifted speaker. Leave him for 5 minutes with sworn enemies and he'll convince them to be friends for life.
Right, we shall meet again tomorrow. All the guests will be present, as well as Lord Mortimer, I hope. Until then, I trust you will find plenty to keep you amused.
Alors, je pense que c'est vraiment fait exprès pour que les joueurs des autres pays, ils se sont pas fait chier à faire des doublages localisés. Alors oui, je suis d'accord, genre l'italien qui vient du Vatican, il a aussi un accent, mais il parle quand même bien anglais. Genre là, les Français, c'est vraiment... c'est vraiment terrible. Hein. Oh, j'aurais pu fouiller la chambre de Napoléon Bonaparte. Oui, j'aurais pu, mais je n'avais pas la compétence. C'est vrai. Donc on a quand même fait pas mal de choses. J'ai 8 points disponibles. Très bien. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on va maxer maintenant? Conviction, c'est bien quand même. Après, étiquette... Ok.
All right, let's recap. Before dinner, I was going to investigate my mother's message. I've got to find the place where all eyes size you up.
Ok, l'endroit où tous les regards se toisent. C'est très très beau, hein, mais c'est vraiment dangereux. Hein. Hop, il y a des papillons partout, trop chaud. Et là, on te pousse fin générique. Mais oui, c'est super dangereux. Par contre, la vue est incroyable. J'ai toujours faim, j'en peux plus.
Well, Your Eminence, do you still have any room left?
Ah, my son, this sin of gluttony is the most difficult of all in my eyes. Nevertheless, what a charming moment we have had together. I'm delighted I was able to talk to Mr. von Wollner. We hadn't spoken to each other for an eternity.
Yes, I noticed that Your Eminence knew a fair number of people at the table.
The benefit of age, my son. This isn't my first invitation to Lord Mortimer's. You will see, it's the perfect place to make new friends. Indeed, I noticed that you and Mr. Bonaparte had already begun.
Ah, I adapt quickly to local customs. It's what I was taught.
And you are right to do so, my son. But tell me, have you had any news of your mother since your arrival?
Alas, still nothing, Your Eminence. But I still haven't been able to meet Lord Mortimer.
Do not worry. It is typical of him. What can I say? Lord Mortimer is a very busy man. I should think you are beginning to worry.
Un petit peu.
I must admit, Your Eminence, indeed it does worry me.
I understand, but continue to have faith in Sarah. You'll see, I'm sure, that in a few days we'll all be laughing together.
That's all I hope for, Your Eminence. But while I have you with me, I have a question for you.
Well, go ahead, Louis. What can I do for you?
Je cherche une
As I
méduse.
haven't visited all the manor yet, I wondered if you hadn't seen a Medusa by any chance.
I beg your pardon?
Yes, la Gorgogne, the Medusa from Greek mythology. Would you have seen one in any shape or form?
Not at all, my son. I'm not sure what you're getting at, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be of any use to you.
Thank you anyway, Your Eminence. I won't take up any more of your time. On that last word, then I shall leave you to fight your demons. See you later, Your Eminence.
See you later, my son.
Surtout que j'ai fait... Ah, j'ai pas fait tous les tableaux, hein, mais tous ceux que j'ai vus, je les ai faits. Donc pour le coup... Après, il y a tellement de tableaux aussi que... Genre là... Je sais pas si on peut interagir avec... Ouais, on peut tous les faire en plus.
Well, that's very appetizing. The lock is surrounded by a triple circle.
Oh, alors attendez, j'ai récupéré une clé, c'est peut-être là? Non, toujours pas.
A devil's thorn, to be used to uncover the best disguised traits.
J'ai faim aussi. Bon, alors. On va manger. Il peut pas, il est en arame. Oh, waouh, waouh, waouh! C'est fou! Oh mon Dieu, c'est si beau! Oh, j'adore les bibliothèques. Oh là là. Oh, c'est fou. Waouh. Me parle plus, Bastien.
The Miller Brothers. Mother expressly forbade me from reading it.
Loris, oui, non mais j'imagine, là tu shootes Lisa, mais c'est fou, c'est fou. C'est fou. Oh, je peux monter. Bah, attendez, il y a trop de choses à faire. Ah non, tu peux pas monter, c'était de la gelée royale. Ok, ok. Oh, regardez la... Oh là là. Oh, c'est dingue.
Pages out of an old encyclopedia.
Oh, c'est fou. La taille de cette bibliothèque, mon dieu. Dinguerie. Oh là là. Encore plein de tableaux.
Where all eyes size you up.
Je pense qu'on a trouvé.
Chances are, that's the room my mother spoke of. And she also spoke of a Medusa. Should I go and try to find the creature now?
Ok, ok, ok. Très très belle salle. C'est magnifique. Oh, c'est vraiment beau.
Painting by Ingres. Molière dining with Louis XIV. The king's posture is surprising. It's almost as if he's addressing someone in the assembly. Liberty or Death by Regnault. Well, I'll take liberty, please. But I do understand his choice, even though it seems radical. Allegory regarding the decoration of the rights of men. That's the least you could say.
Alors, du coup, on va déjà voir le gros truc au milieu, mais j'ai pas envie de louper des choses.
Celia. That name means nothing to me.
Ce truc au milieu, je sais pas ce que c'est, mais c'est si beau. Personne peut avoir ça chez lui tellement c'est grand, mais...
Carmelite water. The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. The last day before his crucifixion, Jesus announces that he will be betrayed by one of his disciples. A song of Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near, his brain is oozing by either ear. With his brain oozing, it's already remarkable that he can feel anything. Ah, François Ier, Receiving the Holy Family, a painting by Raphael.
Amber. Amber, Amber.
The Fall of Phaeton, another painting by Rubens. Poor Phaeton, struck by lightning for borrowing his father's chariot and losing control of it. Moral, don't steal Dad's chariot.
Ah, encore de l'ambre.
A fragment of Am, The Company by Rembrandt.
Ok, la compagnie.
A meeting between Louis XIV and Philippe V. I wonder why Mortimer's particularly fond of this painting.
Là, on n'a pas été. Réservé à Manuel Godoy-Durc.
Christ Crucified by Velasquez. Look, someone's left a note there. Reserved for the Duke of Alquidia.
Ok. Je peux pas sortir. écoutez, ah non, on n'a pas été là. Ah, celui-ci je peux pas voir. Ok, celui-là je peux pas. Il y a un truc en haut. Ah, la méduse, elle est là. Attendez, il y a une petite boîte. Je pourrais pas l'ouvrir. Comme toutes les petites boîtes.
I've got to find out what Mother was trying to do with her. The Medusa. A hero armed with a sword? A hero with a lantern. And the last one holding a shield. I'll stake my life on it. All the statues form a single scene together. The poor devils are about to face the beast. Let's give them a helping hand.
Alors, elle avait dit la bête attaque toujours le mieux protégé. Donc, je pense
The
que
origin
c'est...
of myths, a reinterpretation of legendary creatures. Just what I need. The text is in French on the left-hand page and in Latin on the right hand. Let's find the chapter on the Medusa. There's an extra line in the Latin translation. The night light was reflected in the shield and blinded the monster. So the hero with the sword seized the opportunity and cut off its head.
Attendez.
Extra line in the Latin translation. The night light was reflected in the shield
Se
and
refléta dans le
blinded the
bouclier.
monster. So the hero with the sword seized the opportunity and cut off its head.
Ok. Donc la veilleuse, c'est la lampe. Elle est où? La lampe qui va vers le héros à l'écu. Le héros à l'écu qui est au bon endroit. Médusa qui va vers le héros à l'écu. Et lui qui lui tranche la tête. Et normalement, si mes calculs sont bons, c'est la solution.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else.
It looks right, but nothing's happening. Maybe, in this position, the hero with the shield is just dazzling his colleague.
Oui, certes, mais... Bah, ça devait être bon normalement.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work.
Les calculs sont pas bons, Kevin. C'est une catastrophe. Attendez. Lui, il doit éblouir lui. Attendez, je réfléchis là. Alors, lui, il est bien. Il lui coupe la tête. Ok. Lui doit éblouir là. Mais pourquoi ça marche pas? Lumière, son bouclier. Bah c'est ce que j'ai fait, mais Putain, j'aurais dû vraiment prendre le subterfuge. Hein. Par contre, il y avait un truc de dispo là. Attendez, on va peut-être le faire.
When I see the lantern and the shield, I can't help thinking back to my childhood. Mr. Dorfer, our teacher. As soon as the sun came out, I got a kick out of distracting him with the inkwell by deflecting the light with it. I'd turn it in such a way as to direct a spot of light onto his face, not strong enough to dazzle him, but just enough to annoy him. Hey, what if I tried to annoy the Medusa with the lamp on the shield? Position it just right, and it might work.
Oui, mais si tu fais regarder lui à la lumière, c'est bien, sauf que ça éblouit le mec à la lanterne, pas Méduse.
Right, but nothing's happening. Maybe, in this position, the hero with the shield is just dazzling his colleague. The clue I found said, "Beware hero. The beast always charges the best protected. That is its weakness." That's the key. The best protected hero is the one holding the shield. Thank you, Mother.
Oui, mais ça, je le savais, frère. Attendez, on va quand même lire la page en français.
Hang on. This version is significantly different from the regular one. It recounts how men have always belittled women in society. Harpies, mermaids, the chimera, the hydra, the gorgons. Ah, the section on the Medusa. While some of the heroes divert attention from the Gorgon, the hero with the sword brandishes his weapon at the Medusa.
Bonne soirée. Merci d'être venu. Et va manger. Bon, les amis, c'est compliqué. Est-ce que je peux l'orienter vers Méduse ? C'est juste ça en fait. Alors attendez, elle regarde toujours lui. Elle, c'est bon. Comment voulez-vous que... Peut-être vers lui, en fait, je vais essayer. Peut-être qu'avec l'épée, ça va refléter, je sais pas, non. Pourquoi ils sont tous nus, c'est fou.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else.
Remets le mec à la lanterne comme avant vers Méduse et le mec obliqué vers le mec à la lanterne. Ok, j'essaye.
It looks right, but nothing's happening. Maybe, in this position, the hero with the shield is just dazzling his colleague.
Non. Song of Aurore. Ben, j'aimerais bien, mais je l'ai pas encore acheté.
It looks right, but nothing's happening. Maybe, in this position, the hero with the shield is just dazzling his colleague. If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa.
Je tente des choses, hein. Mais non, elle est forcément là. Oh là là, je pensais que c'était simple, en fait, non. Faire le héros à l'écu. Oui. Ok, j'ai essayé.
If I respect the legend, I have to place the hero holding the shield in front of the Medusa. Except for here, it doesn't work. There must be something else.
Oh, trop fort, Sid. Un génie. Applaudissez tous Sid dans le chat, merci. Sid, S-E-E-D. Oh, wow! Heureusement qu'on était au bon endroit, hein.
Rah! For Pete's sake, Emily! You scared the pants off me. Don't ever do that again.
Well, keep your nose out of my business then.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop fooling around and tell me what you're doing here.
Arrêtez votre petit jeu et dites-moi ce que vous faites ici. Botte en touche avec
I was
humour.
feeling a bit peckish. I went in search of the kitchen and I ended up here.
Your sense of direction is mind-boggling, isn't it? Well, no matter. I'll tolerate your presence this one time. Now, since you're here, make yourself useful. Look around on your side. I'll do the same on mine. And if you find anything of interest, let me know.
Oh, yeah. Your dreams. At your service, madam. Ancient Greek, translated, it reads, the all-gifted. Could this jar be the original Pandora's box? Emily, I've found Pandora's box. It's not as impressive as I thought it would be, but that's how these things usually go.
I detest that legend. Once again, women are made responsible for all of the world's evils. And stop playing with that pot, you'll break it. Come on, let's move on.
Ouvrir la jarre, les instructions.
Actually, I'd
No.
rather not open it.
You're afraid, aren't you?
Have you ever heard of the Ark of the Covenant?
Yes.
A piece of advice. If you come across it, don't open it. You'll thank me.
Bonne soirée, Bastien. Et tu vas jouer à MM+. C'est quoi MM+?
A golden fleece.
It's freezing. Hurry up.
Do you think that can really be Jason's golden fleece?
No, you are aware that Jason and the Argonauts is a myth, aren't you?
But Mortimer's been protecting this hide. It must be of great value, don't you think?
Certainly of historical value. This kind of hide is still used by gold diggers in Eastern Europe. Now you see how easy it is to obtain a legend.
Why do you have to act so nonchalant every time I show you something?
Louis, anyone can kill a sheep, rip off its hide, and say it's the golden fleece.
We're at Lord Mortimer's, not at some farmyard fair. You're just too skeptical.
And you have a tendency to believe anything. Talk about an unlikely pair.
Yet, you know opposites attract, don't you?
Ils sont trop bien ensemble.
An unofficial gospel? You'd be more likely to find this kind of book at the Vatican.
Nothing special. The library at Buckingham has 3.
I bet you've read them cover to cover.
Naturally.
Really? I'm curious. Tell me, what part stood out the most to you?
The passage where Mary says to Joseph, "Hey, you, shut up."
In other words, you haven't even opened one.
Ok, bah bonne soirée, Bastien, sur WoW. Hein. Un très bon jeu. Hein.
Mortimer's the author of this work. It talks about his passion for art.
Et Bichon, on n'a pas de stick tight, on a des boobs pour ce soir. Ok. Ah, je suis team WoW, hein, même si je jouerai à FF14 juste pour les Viera.
Guess what I found?
The Holy Grail.
Older than that.
A piece of Noah's Ark.
Not that old.
This could go on for hours. hours. Just tell me.
On n'a rien à
Caesar's
faire.
Laurel Wreath. Do you know why laurel wreaths are used and not, say, mistletoe or another plant?
The laurel wreath symbolized glory in Roman times.
In your opinion, what kind would suit me best?
A crown of nettles.
Ok, ok. C'est quoi ça? Il y a des choses à voir dans la vitrine? Nope.
Oh, looks like a pamphlet on different political regimes, written by Mortimer himself.
De l'ambre. Cool, j'en ai 4.
Amber crystals.
Oh, Arthur? Excalibur?
You should see this sword, Emily. It's magnificent.
I'm busy. Describe it to me.
Ah, Jeanne d'Arc, je sais pas.
I think this is Excalibur, King Arthur's sword. I've always dreamt of drawing it from the stone.
How sweet. You're still clinging to your boyhood dreams. When you finished playing, maybe you can help me search the place?
Ah, elle est pas drôle.
Here's something interesting. A manor in Maine, hundreds of acres of land in Catalonia, properties in Shanghai. Incredible. Some of these deeds are over 600 years old, and all signed by the hand of Mortimer.
I wonder if that's what inspired my mother's attention. How come all these documents have Mortimer's signature on them?
Do you think all these properties really belong to him?
Several people have played the part of Mortimer, a part that has been passed down from generation to generation. Different men, but with one sole identity.
An intriguing hypothesis, and yet less twisted than some of my previous cases.
At last, you finally agree with me about something.
These documents are intriguing, but do you really think that's what attracted your mother's attention here?
And how do you know my mother was interested in this room?
I didn't know, I just supposed she was. And you just confirmed it. So, do you think she found what she came for?
I don't know. She was obsessed with Mortimer, and I must confess these property deeds are troubling.
If that's the case, why would she have left them?
Once again, I don't know. We'll have to ask her when we find her. And what's your take?
Alors, vous pensez quoi de cette collection? Pourquoi dissimuler si bien? Comment tout cela est-il écrit?
Why keep such a collection hidden in a secret room? Any thoughts?
Mortimer has every reason in the world to conceal it, even if only to keep it from people like us.
Hey, Emily, we're not thieves. We're only looking. I wonder why my mother didn't make it clear what she was interested in here.
She didn't have time to write it down, or maybe she wasn't sure of what she was looking for.
Or she wanted to protect her discoveries. It's disturbing.
You'll just have to search the rest of the room. Maybe you'll find something.
Je pense que elle était dans nos visions. Je pense qu'on peut la trust, mais...
What is that you found?
A cameo pendant. What's going on?
Nothing.
For crying out loud, Emily, you lunged for that jewel like your life depended on it. Tell me what this is about.
No. We just met, Louis. I like you, but I can't just suddenly open myself up like a book to you.
Listen, Emily. It seems pretty obvious to me that you haven't come here for the sole purpose of sampling Mortimer's cellar. Stop all the clever evasions and just trust me.
And why the hell should I place my trust in you, Louis?
Nothing. I have done absolutely nothing for you. No to this, no to that. You ask for proof of trust, but when you get it, you turn a deaf ear. You are defiant, evasive, and paranoid. Go question your own motives. I've done all I can.
All right, fine. There's no point getting on your high horse, you know. So I'm wary, I grant you that. I'll admit you are fairly reliable.
That's it? I was expecting more.
Well, I'm prepared to trust you when it comes to choosing a French cheese. But I've nothing to gain by confiding in you any further than that.
Nothing to gain? Damn it, Emily. I'm only trying to help you.
Stop needing to gain something all the time.
Because you think I need help?
Just like everyone, you have your strengths and your weaknesses, and there's no use pretending otherwise.
Ha! And I bet you found out where I'm weak, haven't you?
Oui, tu es sensible à la psychologie, me semble.
You think your scathing wit protects you, but in fact, it makes you blind. No sooner have people introduced themselves than you already see them in a bad light. You play the part of a strong woman, and yes, you are a strong woman, of course, but what I see is a sensitive young lady who lacks self-confidence. Stop adopting a defensive posture, and you'll see just how quickly new doors will open.
There is some truth to what you say.
Yes, très
I might
fort.
have some weaknesses, but I don't need your help to overcome them. And I'm simply not contemplating collaborating with anyone at this time. Do you understand?
Elle a déjà un partenaire, elle est payée aux heures de quelqu'un, elle me dirige ses enquêtes.
I don't see us as partners for life. You won't owe me anything, you know. It doesn't commit you to anything after all.
All right, you've gone to a lot of trouble. You deserve an answer. I already have a work partner. I know my weaknesses. I don't doubt that your abilities will be of use to me, but I already have all that, thanks to my teammate.
Is there any chance you might tell me who he is?
No, I've already said too much. Consider yourself lucky I've even given you this much. It's extremely rare, believe me.
Come on, don't stop now that you've come this far. You know that eventually I'll end up making you talk.
Well, since no one can resist you, let's see if you can guess who my partner is.
You're a gambler. So, your partner is... your sister. She's your partner. She's the one you're looking for.
Well, I am impressed. How the devil did you guess I had a sister? Virtually no one even knows.
Trop fort.
When it comes to getting results, you are very good, I grant you that. You deserve to know why the sight of the cameo pendant affected me so strongly.
Emma Hillsborough.
I thought it belonged to Emma, my twin sister.
Oh. Now I get why you said you had a memory for two.
Yes, you can't imagine to what extent, though. As children, everyone got us mixed up. So one day we decided to play along. Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough, the woman with two faces.
Clever. But isn't it complicated? How do you make it work?
One of us has no existence in the outside world. We share everything. First for one, then for the other. We dress the same, wear the same makeup, we speak the same. We've learned to act as one. When we accept a mission, we both turn up. This time, though, she went ahead and I was meant to wait for her on the mainland. She was meant to meet Sir home and bring back the details so we could work out who would follow up.
And there was a problem?
She was supposed to return from Mortimer's 1 week ago. The boat turned up at Plymouth, but alas, no trace of my sister. Instead, a sailor passed me a message from home, notifying me of her sudden disappearance.
So, my mother and your sister go missing just a few days apart. That's strange. Maybe their disappearances are linked.
It's clearly a possibility, but up to now I haven't found a trace of either of them.
None of this is very reassuring.
By the way, Louis, now that you are in on the secret, you are obliged to keep it to yourself, or you will pay very dearly.
Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me.
It's time to leave.
Ok, donc Emily, à l'heure actuelle, c'est elle, mais on pourra peut-être parler à Emma quand il l'aura retrouvée. Ok.
So, what do you think of our first adventure?
I must admit, it has been fun by your side.
Same here.
She's been drinking too much again.
Louis, I need to talk to you right now.
Good evening, Elizabeth. Actually, this is not a good time.
I'm begging you, please don't leave me alone.
I'll be waiting for you in your room, but don't be late.
Je vais
I
mettre
was
le
sure
stream
there was a
en,
certain je ne sais quoi between us.
en 18
Louis,
plus.
we need to talk now. Otherwise, it'll be too late.
It looks like Elizabeth really needs me, but if I start talking to her, for sure Emily won't wait for me. What should I do?
Est-ce que j'aide la petite zouze un peu ravagée? Ou est-ce que je vais avec la zouze avec les gros boobs? En vrai, je l'aime bien, Elisabeth. Allez.
Sorry, Emily, but I can't leave Elizabeth like this.
All right, Elizabeth. How can I help?
Thank you. Come on, follow me.
C'est bien, Yukina, on a eu la même réaction. À l'autre, on aura le temps de refaire ça, c'est bon.
I really need to talk to you, Louis, right now.
Does Lord Mortimer know the mess you've made of your room?
Listen to me, damn it! My days are numbered.
Elizabeth, I don't know if it's about my mother again, but I'm telling you, you've nothing to be afraid of. She didn't come here for you.
I saw her.
Saw who? You saw my mother? When?
Just last night. I went out to walk along the cliff top and I saw her in the distance. She tried to hide right away, but I'm sure it was her.
Are you saying you recognized my mother in the middle of the night while she was hiding?
Yes, Louis, I know it was her.
You just said she was far away, right? In the middle of the night. And the exterior of the island isn't exactly well lit.
Listen, I'm telling you it was her.
Did you talk to each other?
No, she was far away. I didn't make any noise, and then she was gone.
Have you told anyone you've seen her? Sir Holm? Mortimer?
You don't understand. It's her. She's here.
Yes, I understand.
No, you're not listening. The moment I saw her, I was overcome by spasms. She's here. I'm telling you, it was her. Yes, I need something to calm me down.
Non, faut qu'on garde l'esprit clair.
No thanks, I'd better not.
Listen, if you want me to tell you everything, you have to drink with me, Louis. What I have to say to you is of the utmost importance.
Bon. Un verre.
I'll drink with you, but let's go easy on it, okay?
La meuf qui a aucune conviction. Non, non, je vois pas. Bon, allez. Un verre.
I don't know where she gets her rot gut from, but frankly, it's disgusting.
You know, Louis, when I came here, it was in the hope of getting help. I've only just now realized that I've been drawn here into a trap.
Whoa. The alcohol's
Oh non,
going to my
j'aurais dû
head.
refuser.
Here, the condemned's last drink.
Elizabeth, alcohol never solves anything. I'm going to stop now.
Listen up. You want to know what your mother was capable of, right? You want to know the reason why. Well, you're gonna have to follow me to the bottom of the abyss, Louis. Either drink or get out.
Oh, elle me saoule. Pourquoi t'es obligé de boire pour qu'elle te parle? Sérieux? Oh, la meuf chiante.
I need to take it easy with the booze. At this rate, I won't last the night.
Let's go easy on the drinking, okay? Alcohol won't solve our problems.
Mais fais genre tu bois et tu bois pas.
Ugh. The second one isn't any easier.
So, do you want to know why she did all those things to me?
Pire que mon dernier date.
Even if it changes the image you have of her forever?
What was she trying to cure you of then?
Of the one illness she never managed to treat me for.
Mais oui, mais non, stop, ça suffit maintenant.
No, Elizabeth, I won't follow you.
What's the matter? Little Louis's afraid to look at the true face of his mother? You know my rules. Drink up.
No, I won't drink.
All right, Louis. Then get the hell out of here. You're
j'aurais mieux fait d'aller avec
incapable of
l'autre.
opening your eyes, so be it. Get out!
Bon, j'espère que la petite Zouz est toujours là-haut parce que elle. sûr que l'autre elle est partie en plus. C'est sûr. Ouais.
Why the hell did I go with Elizabeth?
Je me pose la même question, mec.
I could have spent the night with Emily, but no. I had to go play the night with a big heart. Oh well, never mind.
Désolé.
Tomorrow's another day.
Désolé, Louis. Oh là là. J'ai merdé.
Monsieur de Richet, I am arresting you for the murder of Elizabeth Adams.
What the hell's going on?
Quoi?
You are in deep trouble, my young friend.
Mais non, mais j'aurais dû choisir la boobs. Oh, pourquoi j'ai été me fourrer là-dedans? Oh non. Et au moins, on est parti avant d'être ivre, donc on sait qu'on l'a pas tué. Oh, je suis saoulée. Vous pouvez pas savoir. De toute façon, j'avais pas mis mon jeu en 18+, donc c'est bon, j'ai échappé à... Ah, je suis saoulée. Non mais Yukina... Ok, donc là on a fini l'épisode 1. Ah, je suis saoulée. Oh mon dieu. En plus si on avait été avec Emily du coup, on aurait eu un alibi. Là on n'en a pas. Oh c'est terrible. Oh non. Oh mon dieu. Ah, on va se faire défoncer. Bah ouais, du coup... En plus, elle avait dit les jours sont comptés. Après, est-ce que si on avait bu, ça aurait changé autre chose? Je sais pas. Allez, vas-y, je lance un petit jeu d'échecs, là. Pas de soucis. Oh non, ce plot twist. Terrible. Je sais pas si on aurait douté puisqu'on aurait été avec Emily, donc ouais, je sais pas. Ok, donc voilà, hop. Et après tu peux relancer les... Ah oui, donc si on veut, on peut relancer et faire d'autres choix. Ok. Il y a 5 épisodes. Ok.
So why don't we say